These days, the places kids go to play sports have gotten so big that you can only appreciate their size from high above. Sprawling complexes with professional-grade fields, where teams can play all day and all night. And since there is no off-season anymore in big-time youth sports, there are massive indoor facilities too.
If you're a kid, heck, if you're an adult and you walk in here, you think you've died and gone to sports heaven.
This is fantasy land for athletes.
Dev Patik is an owner of Bo Jackson's Elite Sports in Ohio and is a consultant to facilities like this throughout the U.S.
You got soccer over here, you got a weightlifting facility here, regulation infield over here for baseball being used, batting cages over there, and we're standing on this tall gauntlet which has climbing walls and climbing ropes and everything else. What don't you have in here?
The facility's amazing, isn't it? These kids come in here, they get mental toughness training on this tower, they get skills training out in the infield, they're in the cages, they're qualified. Parents with means are clamoring to put their kids in the very best sports programs. There is no sales pitch.
This is GB, here we go.
But there is a problem. The price of playing sports has gotten so high that millions of kids can't keep up. Researchers say that over the last decade, there has been an 8% drop in the number of American children who play competitive sports. 8% in just a decade. For the first time in American history, youth sports has become for the haves and out of reach for the have-nots. Now, even those who've profited from the trend, like the Bo Dome's Dev Patik, think it's time to sound an alarm.
This gap between who gets to play and who doesn't is widening. We're watching it before our eyes. Those with means get to play, get to travel, get to be on travel sports and leagues and private clubs, and those who don't have means don't get to play.
But we've long held the belief that sports is for everyone.
It's no longer the case. Household income of less than $75,000 a year is dramatically less likely to play sport than a household income of $100,000 or more.
I need money in order to play something that I once had for free.
It's a massive change in our society.
This public park in St. Louis County used to host a thriving baseball league. Today, it is abandoned.
It's basically unusable.
The dugouts don't exist, the field's overgrown, there's no pitcher's mound,
John,
there's no
would
base
you play
paths.
here? Would you want your kids to play here in this
I'd
condition?
probably let my dog run around in here.
Yeah.
You girls wanted soccer. That was the thing that they really pointed out to you.
Yes.
Could you afford it?
No. You're looking at about $1,200 before you start doing the actual travel.
A faith-based organization for families in need. It's a sign of the times. For many kids today, their only chance to play sports is charity. Outside of your program, how much access do these kids have to sports?
Very, very little to none.
Kim Emsch started this program when she realized there were thousands of kids in Hilliard who were underserved. At this local church on a weeknight, they get help with their homework and a much-needed chance to run around. Emsch took us to the parts of Hilliard the children she works with call home, to show us their open play space.
These are the conditions that they're having to contend with.
Right.
And if they can't play here, what are they left with?
Yeah, they're left with their video game and their TV in their apartment on their couch. There isn't a place to play that's safe. They don't have the same opportunities, and it changes the trajectory of their life.
The problem stretches far beyond Hilliard. At least 25 million school-age children in America now live in homes classified by the federal government as low income. That's at least 25 million kids who are being priced out of sports. Worse still, the one place kids used to know they'd get a chance to play is often no longer providing it. Thanks to budget cuts in recent years and an emphasis on test results mandated by federal law, schools around the U.S. have largely slashed physical education from their programs.
There are very few kids in America who go to gym class during the day anymore. Imagine sitting in that chair for 8 hours, class after class, without physically moving, without getting some physical exercise. It's not good for kids.
This is an uncomfortable issue. For us as a public school district to say,
We have kids who can't compete because of their socioeconomics. And yeah, the opportunity is there because they can try out, but because they don't have the skills, it's not really there. It's a false sense of opportunity.
Do you worry about the kid who's not in sports?
Yeah, I worry about the kid who might leave a high school at 2:45 and has no structure from 2:45 until 10 at night. What choices is that young man or that woman making?
This crisis that we see in terms of who's getting access and this disparity, it will go on for many, many years to come. We have to come up with solutions now.